My concern is when the Western narrative is that it's the brown people that are the reason that your life is hard, or like Mexicans to murderers. If I heard that from my political leaders, it's conceivable that I might be angry at my neighbor, even though they've done nothing. And it says, of all the things that I hated about my childhood, nothing compared to the revolving door of father figures. I hated the disruption, and I hated how often these boyfriends would walk out of my life just as I began to like them.
So I was raised in a very working class town, very working class family. You know, this is a photo of me when I was a little kid here. And my family, like a lot of other families in similar circumstances, we struggled. We struggled to adapt to middle class life. This is my sister and my grandfather. It's interesting, my grandfather had very low formal education. He graduated from high school. My grandmother actually left school when she was 13. Very religious people, particularly my grandmother, but struggled pretty much economically for most of their lives. Grandfather died when I was 13. I think my grandmother died when I was 20. And this was probably not even a year before she died. And I was about to go to Iraq, and she was very old and frail. And this is one of the last photos of the two of us. And this is really the woman who raised me. You raised the revolving door of father figures. So mom, amazing person. She's been clean and sober for now 11 years. But she was in the throes of a pretty bad addiction problem for much of my childhood. And so this was my savior. This was the person who stepped in and made sure I had a stable life to the extent that I did.
And your grandmother, she got pregnant at 13.
Correct.
And she had a miscarriage at that age?
That's right. So think about this. Eastern Kentucky, you're talking about the hill of an extremely impoverished, very rural part of the United States of America. And so she is dating my grandfather, who I think at the time is 6. She's 13. So these are children. She gets, they moved to Ohio for more opportunity because you just couldn't build a good life for yourself. There weren't enough good jobs in that part of the world. And she had a miscarriage. So like the thing that brought her out of her home, I think hastened them getting married. I don't think they would have gotten married at 13 and 16 were it not for this unplanned pregnancy. You know, she was knit then. So they're married. They have a very chaotic marriage, an abusive marriage in a lot of ways. They have 3 kids, my mom, my uncle, my aunt. And the story of our family is, and some of us were able to break the cycle and some of us weren't. And part of what motivated me to write that book was trying to understand why is it that life worked out for some of us and didn't work out for others.
In your book, page 124, you say living with mum and Matt, which is when you were 14 years old, was like a front row seat to the end of the world.
Well, it was just chaotic.